Okay, hello everybody. So today we're going to talk a little bit about crochet. Okay, crochet is done with one hook. And these are some just different examples. And for my students that I'm teaching in person, we talked about this in class this week. And so every single hook will have either a letter or a number on it. So like for instance, this one is a 7mm hook, and this is probably the largest one that I have, but they have larger ones out there. And then this one is the most common one that is used, and probably the one that I use the most, which is a 5mm. This is an example of a plastic hook, and this one has that it's a letter G. Okay, and G is usually more of your common one too. And so this is an example of a super tiny one. It is 1.75 millimeters. My husband's godmother used this to make like doilies and things like that. They're more like lacy kind of things. So you would like need a super thin string or yarn for something like this. Okay, then on all of your yarn, when you go to the store to look at your yarns, you're going to see something like this on the back. Okay, this one tells us that if we are knitting, these are the size needles that are recommended for this type of yarn. Since we are crocheting, which is the one hook, it tells us right here. So this one tells us that it is recommended between the sizes of 4.5 to 5.5 millimeters, or a hook that is a size 7, an I, or a 9. Okay, and so those are just some of the different things that you're going to look for when you go to the store. And really what it is it's the type, size, the spacing, okay, that you want. The tighter of a space that you want, you're going to use a smaller hook. The bigger, of course, the bigger the hook. Okay, and so that is just a little general information about crochet. So the first step that I went over with my students in person this week is how to do a slip knot. Now, there are so many different ways to do a slip knot out there. Okay, and you just basically need to find what is quickest and easiest for you. Okay, and I'm going to show you a couple different options. So one option that we have is you simply take your string. Okay, so you see, you take it like this, you have it crossed. Okay, then you take your two fingers, here your pinchers, and you're going to reach through, grab it, and then you're going to pull it tight. Okay, and that makes a slip knot. Okay, so again, we're going to pinch it here. Okay, and then we're going to grab our pinchers. Okay, either way, if you're lefty, you go this way. If you're a righty, you'll go this way. Okay, and then you pull it tight and it makes your slip knot. And then you're just going to pull the tail to make it tighter. So you're going to pull the tail until you get to the desired size that you want. Okay, and you don't want it like super tight. You just want it to be able to slip on, and then you don't want to pull it super tight up against it. Okay, because the tighter it is, the harder, especially for somebody who is a beginner, the harder it is to go on doing your next stitches and stuff. So that's one way. Okay, how I personally do it, and it's a little more complicated, but it works for me, is I take my two fingers and I simply take the yarn through the backside and I wrap it once, and then I hold it with my thumb. So this is the back, this is the front. Okay, so again, back, I'm just holding it there with my thumb and my pointer finger, and then I have it wrapped. And then what I do is I take my hook and I go like this, and then I slide it. Okay, so you slide it and you grab your yarn. Okay, so I grab my yarn, I pull it through, and then I pull it tight. and that's how I do a slip knot. Okay, and so you got your tail, and then you have your little hole. So that's one way to do it. Okay, so I'll do it again. So the cool thing about slip knot is you just pull it and you get to start over. Okay, so again, I take my 2 fingers, I drape it over. Okay, I pinch it with my thumb. I take my hook, I go over the top and I hold it like this, and then I simply go and I grab the yarn like this and I pull it under. Then I take out this finger and I hold the tail and I pull tight. Okay, and then I just slide my tail and to where it holds it and pulls it tight, and that's how you do a slip knot. Okay, so for my students who are taking sewing with me, I would like for you to practice that at home. Okay, so either way, again, you can twist it, pinch it, grab it, and pull and do your slip knot that way. Okay, or you can drape it over your finger, hold it with your thumb, and again, there's other ways you can do it out there, but that's just how I do mine. Okay, pull it tight and you're ready to start. That's a slip knot, step 1 for crochet.